spirit.
Oh, it means now we are allowed to proceed and start tasting wines.
Thank you.
Archaeologists found remains of Kvevri. On these remains they also found traces of wine acid and seeds of cultivated grapes, which were dated back to 8,000 years. This is how they prove that Georgians have been getting drunk for 8,000 years already. Let's start our tasting with Katiteli, which is name of the wine and also name of a white grape, which is also the most common grape variety in Georgia and covers 42.5% of all production in the country. Classification of wine is amber or orange, and it is dry. So dry wine means that it doesn't have any sweetness in it. Okay, so you don't wait for permissions. Let's go, no, not so. I pour, you drink, you don't wait until I stop talking because that will not happen. You drink it and then you tell me how you like the wine. If you like it, very good. If you don't like it and you don't want it, it's in contact with juice. That's why wine is able to obtain darker color, more tannins and different aromatic composition from the solid part, which creates completely different type of wine, classified as amber or orange wine. Fruit orange has nothing to do with it and name is only inspired by the coloration of this wine. In Kvevri we always make dry wines so that there is no sweetness left because these sugars are very good source of food and energy for microorganisms. And in Kvevri, in order to store wine safe, when it has sweetness, it should be under minus temperature. Okay, but because Kvevri is ceramical and it is plus underground, it is very difficult for us to create desirable conditions for storing sweeter wines. That's why if winemaker knows what he does, he will always make wine in Kvevri dry. Okay, you will have examinations in following week. Listen carefully. How do you like the wine? Okay, how do you like the wine? How do you like the wine? Tell me.
Amazing.
Very good.
Amazing.
Smooth.
Good. Interesting?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was. I could read it in your eyes. No.
I'm a cha-cha man.
You are cha-cha. Okay, next in line is. You drink it completely.
Yeah, finish.
Nothing else. You drink 3 like this, but full, and I personally grant you with Georgian passport.
Orange, I will do.
Okay, so the most important part of Kvevri winemaking is that it allows us to store wine on skin contact for a prolonged time. So these skins work like a bag of tea for wine because there are all of the color, all of the aromatics, all of the tannins. So longer we leave wine in contact with the skins, darker they get. Now let's try this wine made in Kvevri, just like this, with same grapes. But here is the difference, because this one was stored on skins for 2 months only, and this was left in there for 6 months. Because of this, we have darker color, more intense aromatic composition, more tannins, and also a little bit higher alcohol.
മുഴുവൻ കുടിക്കണം Very sweet. Who wants to dance Jamalu?
Hello, what's your name? Do you know it makes aroma and taste of wine more intense? It is very good for health and increases quality of the sleep. This is something that we do not do at Georgia. We don't drink every day, but when we do, we mean it. Per occasion, every Georgian man can drink up to 2 or 3 liters of wine. Then there are some dedicated athletes who are able to drink up to 5 liters. Yeah. And these guys are ones whom we choose as tamada. So when we drink in our traditional order, this habit and also table around of which we gather is called sutra. It is always full of shared food only and 100% accompanied by Georgian wine, generally like this easy gold wine. Before we start drinking, we will choose tamada. The process is quite democratical, so we will be voting about who should be tamada. Then he's generally older person with good sense of humor, well-spoken language. He will make sure that everyone is having fun. Once we choose him, he turns into an absolute dictator, just like in every democratic country, generally speaking, right? So, and we never drink without toast. So the most important role function of tamada is to provide people with toast. And we do a shots of wine with smaller sized glasses. Okay? So traditional order of toast goes like this. Firstly, we drink for God. Second is for peace. And third, for love or family. After 5 toasts, for the bird who just flew by, or a raindrop that has traveled 1,000 meters to meet our face, or silly stuff like this, right? Because we are drunk already and life is good. Okay, has everyone tasted second
This one
Katsukeli?
tastes better.
Okay, now, who is for first Katsukeli? Raise your hands, please. Okay, who liked second Katsukeli more? Who liked Cha-Cha? Okay. So when we are not playing naturally semi-sweet wine, which means that it doesn't have any artificial sweetness added to it. And all of the sweetness in the wine comes from the grapes. My father decided that I should not have easy wine, so he gave me this.
And how much for that bottle?
It is 30 lari. 30.
30.
Yeah.
It's good.
Thank you. Everyone liked it?
Yeah.
So, let us explain the process of how wine is made, right? So, it can be made from every fruit that has sugar in it, but the most basic is grapes. So, grapes are classics of wine, right? So, when grapes are ripe, so they have enough sweetness collected, accumulated, we will harvest grapes and take them to the winery, where we will crush them. When we crush, the juice is released from the berries. And now the process of fermentation can be proceeded, which means fermentation is a process when sugar is converted to alcohol. So it is a process of juice turning into a wine. What happens then is that microorganisms called yeasts are eating sugar, using them as a source for energy. They use it, drink it, they eat sugar, and in return they produce alcohol. So they convert sugar into alcohol. When this process is held, CO2 as a gas is released. That's why it is called fermentation. The word is derived from Latin fervere, which means boiling, because it gets impression of boiling without fire. So when we make dry wines, we will allow these microorganisms consume all of the sweetness in the juice. where all of them is converted into alcohol. Which means in dry wines we have zero sweetness, right? We do not have any perceivable sweetness in the wine. When we make naturally semi-sweet wines, we will have in juice higher than average amount of sweetness. Then, when process will be started, in the middle of it, we will have certain amount of alcohol, in this case 11 degrees, and also certain amount of sweetness of that, because it's higher than average, right? And this higher part stays as a sweet part of wine. And this is how we can make naturally sweet wine, so without addition of artificial sweeteners. But on the market you can find also semi-sweet wines. If it's not indicated that it is naturally semi-sweet, it means that it has added sweeteners. In Georgia, using sugar is strictly forbidden. It is sentenced. People are sentenced for that. They are put to jail for that. So to increase sweetness in wine in Georgia can be used grape juice or concentrated grape juice, and can only be added to a wine only after fermentation to increase sweetness. So adding it before fermenting in order to increase its alcohol, it is also strictly forbidden. Now, can you please tell me what color is this bottle? Come on, be more brave. What is the color of the bottle?
This saffron color.
Yeah. Okay, so color of the bottle is transparent. It is white. But if you have noticed, these bottles, rosé, wine inside is rosé. And if you have noticed, rosé in most cases will be in transparent glasses. This is because it is so beautiful, it catches our attention right away. And it is highly probable that if we will not try wine beforehand, we will return from the supermarket with a bottle of rosé. Here we have semi-sweet wine made from Saperavi grapes. Yeah, by the way, if you will have any questions regarding wines, and not only, you can ask me. It will be interesting. No? Of those who buy this wine are ladies. 20% are men who buy it for ladies. And 10% are men who say they buy it for ladies, but when they buy it for themselves. But yeah, actually, it's wine that everyone is enjoying, and it is the fastest growing part of winemaking industry, and every year popularity of rosé grows. So you can find lots of pink wines on the market, but not all of them can be classified as rosé. So firstly, you can make pink wine by simply mixing red and white wine. Then you can make pink wine by fermenting pink grapes on their skins. But you can make rosé only from red grapes. So if you remember when we were talking about Georgian technology, we said that pigments are located only inside of the skins of the grapes. And their flesh and juice is white. This is why we are able to produce white wines from red grapes. So if we crush grapes and directly take out all of the solid parts, what we are left with is white juice. It transforms into white wine. Then, when we make red wines, we crush grapes and leave them in contact with juice until the end of fermentation, which can be up to 1 month for a time, right? And you remember these solid parts are like a bag of tea, right? So because it is for a long time there, the wine becomes more intense and darker. If we crush grapes, leave them on skin contact, the juice, only for a few hours, and then we will separate them and take out solid parts. We will get limited extraction of the color, like this one. Then fermentation is started, and wine doesn't have anything to take color from, and it is maintaining its color like this. But there are certain exceptions. From 10,000 grape varieties in the world, there is only 20 that has color pigments not only inside of the skins but also in the flesh. One of these is Saperavi, the most common red grape variety in Georgia, which is already 40% of production of wine in Georgia. And if we crush Saperavi and take out the juice, we will get rosé. Okay. So because it is so rich in color pigments, if we will ferment this wine on skins in Kvevi and leave them on skin contact for 6 months, we will get extremely intense and dark wine. From here comes name of wine and grapes. The direct translation of them is paint, something that gives away color because it's so intense. Be very careful with this wine because if it gets on your clothes with your beautiful white shirt, it will stay there for forever. As a memory from Georgia.
Yes. You should carry somewhere.
Little bit further. Yeah.
Strong?
Okay, so red dry wine can be excellent on the taste, excellent on aroma, of very high quality, but very rarely someone drinks red dry wines without any food. Okay, because they still have these tannins that is still tiresome and is bothering, right? That's why these wines are always associated with food. And first thing that comes to mind to most people is steak, right? Or barbecue for Georgians. So what happens then is that when we drink this wine with the fatty food, these tannins are going into a chemical reaction with proteins and fats, decomposes them, and because of this, the aroma and taste of food becomes more intense. So 2 plus 2 turns out to be 5 these days. Logic of wine. Then these tannins are neutralized and they do not bother us anymore. And after this, the acidity gives us refreshing sensation. And this world becomes a better place after this. But still, best recommendation is to drink whatever you like with whatever you like. Okay? So never listen to those sommeliers that come at restaurant to you. They will try to convince you that they can feel the breeze of left bank of Loire in their right nostril. So that's why you should pay $3,000 for a certain bottle. No. Just go straight. Listen to your own taste and drink whatever you want. How are you enjoying wines like this?
Good, good.
Yeah,
Different
good.
taste. Really.
So how was Saperavi dry red for you? Did you like it or?
I like this one.
You like that one?
This is
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now let me introduce to you the most popular wine from Georgia, Kings Maraoli, which has been the most
Kings
sold.
Malawi.
Kings Maraoli. Yes. It has been the most sold out bottle from Georgia for a few decades already. Wine is naturally semi-sweet red, made from Saperavi grapes. But here is a special thing about it. Kings Maraoli is a microzone, tiny part of land in northern Kakheti. If we grow Saperavi grapes there, these grapes will attain special, very distinctive characteristics. So it is accumulating high level of sweetness, they have high acidity and intense, diverse and distinguishable aromatic composition, which makes this wine of excellent quality and different from all the others. Please wait for me on this wine and let's try it together like professional sommeliers do. Okay?
Why you not tasting? What for? Mr. Mohammed, you missed the session. Hi, man.
So before you start,
How much is this one?
30 lari.
30.
Yes. Before you start tasting wine as a sommelier, it is critically important to have expression of the face as if you are the smartest person that has ever been born. It looks like this. First you make angry face.
Smell.
Yeah. Then you lift your head up and it turns into a smart face, like this. Then you swirl the glass and act as if you understood anything. But color really tells us something about wine. So if it is cherry red, like this one, it means wine is still young. And young wines will have intense aromatics and high acidity. Next step is to smell it. But if you smell it like this, you don't understand anything and you just look cool. But if you want to understand wine, you do intense inhaling and you take your time because our brain and receptors need time to detect smell. So firstly we swirl the glass to introduce oxygen to the
How do you
liquid.
want the glass? White glass? Like this?
Yes, no, not like that.
Like this?
Yes. And then you smell it.
No, no, hold it.
You put all of your nose in the glass.
Like the
Now it's different.
Yeah.
Right? So if intensity of wine is not enough for you, you can do this trick. You can cover glass with your second hand and then swirl it. Then all the aromatics that is released from surface of the glass is staying in the wine. Then you take it closer to your
So
nose
this coming up. Good.
and then aroma explodes. And now time has come for most important. How we drink it. Please repeat it with me.
I finished mine.
Never let me finish masterclass. Okay. I will have to drink again. So how we drink it? First. No, last part is completely extra, don't do it. So firstly, we need to warm up liquid in our mouth. In this way, our taste buds detect
Activate.
taste better. Then they are scattered all around the surface of the mouth. And in order to work with all of them, we move wine inside to make it touch all of our taste receptors, right? And meanwhile, we understand also structure of the wine, the viscosity of it. And then in the end, you do this. In this way, we are evaporating and releasing all of the volatile compounds from the wine, which goes straight to apparatus for detecting smell. So don't do it every time you will be drinking wines. But if you feel comfortable, if you love generally wines, if you're passionate about it, you can always play with it with this technique. So this technique is used by winemakers and sommeliers to do detailed assessment and analysis of the wine. Winemakers afterwards will be making very important decisions and sommeliers will be rating wines. And after this, all the years of sales will be greatly dependent on the reviews of sommeliers, right? Okay, now let's try something really special. Khvanchkara is second most exclusive and second rarest wine after Usakhilauri. And Khvanchkara is red, semi-sweet, naturally semi-sweet, so without any additives, right? So, this wine is made from two grape varieties, Alexandreuli and Mujuretuli, which give extremely low corps, extremely low yields, right? And also Khvanchkara is a microzone, tiny part in northwestern part of Georgia, right here. If we grow these two grapes there and then make natural semi-sweet wine from them, we will be then and only then allowed to name wine after the place where these grapes grow. Okay, now please tell me which ones you like the most. Let's start from you. You like third one most. Which? For you? Same one? Ah, last one. Kvanch Kara.
Yeah. Sixth one.
Kings Marauli. Last one.
Sixth one.
Sixth one. Last one. Sixth one. Okay? Sixth. Kings Marauli. Fifth. Sapera Vikwevi. Good. Last one. Kvanch Kara.
I like the Kinswali and the Kuishi.
Kings Marauli. Oh, well done. Hard Are you aiming for Georgia passport also? Yeah, you have talent for it.
The sixth one. Yeah.
Sixth one, Kingsman only.
Second last, yeah.
Sorry?
Second last, sixth one.
Kingsman only also, sixth one. Last one, Kwanchkara, exquisite, beautiful soft wine. Fifth one, good.
Second to last.
You like barbecue, don't you? For you, it was sixth one? Sixth one?
Wine, second to last.
Second to last, Kingsman only.
Yeah.
Ah, wine second to last, but best was still Jaja.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, shall we end our tasting with bubbles? Yeah.
Wait.
Everyone
Yeah,
loves
get thirsty.
bubbles.
Wait.
Good man.
Wait.
Stay back.
Close it up.
Wine is better.
Okay, shall we open it loudly or quiet?
Sparkling water. No. Join with us.
I've been here like 1,000 times. But he's just as good every time.
No.
Okay, do you remember how we say toast? Kalmar Jos. Okay, on count to three. 1, 2, 3. Kalmar
Why like this?
What's your country?
Roma, af with the shots. Better than guys. Okay, guys, did you enjoy the tasting?
Yes.
Yeah.
Make some noise! Thank you very much for your attention and for your time. I hope you enjoyed the tasting, you enjoyed the wines. If you want to buy some of them, you can find all of them in our shop. And I would have one request to you. If you can find 2 minutes for us, you can leave small reviews on Google or TripAdvisor. Plus, it is very important to us. And if you mention my name in your review, it will be a huge help for me also.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
My name is Eros.
Hey, Rosie!
Yeah.
How are you, Rosie?
Very good. How are you? It is EROSI. Thank you very much. Now you have your coffee.
Wait, what's the for Mr. ROC. He will.
Good
But-
presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you, high five.
In some massage we have
ഇതൊന്നും നമ്മൾ കണ്ണാടി എടുത്തില്ല ഇവിടെ കണ്ണാടി ഉണ്ട് പക്ഷേ ഇനി വായിക്കാൻ പറ്റും
this one.
തുറന്നു പഠിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്
If you want for a gift, I can give you something. When you want it, you can write. Oh, thank you. No,
എടുക്കണം ഇപ്പൊ മേടിക്കണം
you roll them tightly in the cloth.
ഒന്നും മേടിച്ചോടാ പോലെ Guys, if you have any questions, ask me. I will choose the one.
This is 65.
This one. This is different. Yeah, this is classical. That's what you get. 170 comes with the box. There you go. It's from the company. When we sell something, they ask what it is. So if we need to try something like that, I don't know. They will ask.
It is 225 hours. And 25. More
Yeah, this one is what.
From dry, it is number.
Semi-dry white. These three, okay.
This is semi-dry spa rosé.
Just